Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind, everyone. My name is George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education so that you can create your ultimate destiny. We're recording live on Facebook today, this episode, but we're super excited because we just got done doing a podcast globally to our morning motivation group about talking about the habits of mentally strong people. And today I want to share that message with you, but I want to start out with the quote of the day from the Daily Mastermind mobile app. The Daily Mastermind mobile app is free on iTunes and Android Marketplace. It's something that you can use to get free, inspiration, motivation, quotes, meditation, and things. And the quote of the day today is by Earl Nightingale. And the quote is, "What's going on the inside shows on the outside." And I totally believe that. I believe that if you work on your inside, your mental game, you are going to be able to create results in your life. And so with that being said, I want to get into, we're continuing our series on taking personal responsibility, which is prosperity pillar number 2. And prosperity pillar number 2 is great because it's a difficult one, but it's one that you can really have control of in your life. And having control over things in your life is something that will bring some clarity to you, even though you need to have the degree of uncertainty in your life will absolutely represent the success that you'll have. I do believe that at the end of the day, you can take personal responsibility for the things in your life. So before we get into a couple of habits I'd like to discuss about how you can take personal responsibility, it's a great idea for us to talk about what you should not be doing. And as we've mentioned before, Robert Stuberg, a good friend and partner and mentor of mine, has said, when you begin the year, it's always just as good to talk about things that you are going to eliminate or delegate from your life as much as the new goals you're going to have in your life. And so with that said, I'm going to give you 13 things that I believe you should not do if you are going to develop mental toughness. Number 1, you should not give up your power. And, when we talk about mentally strong people don't give up their power, we talk about the fact that taking responsibility is your way of maintaining your power, maintaining your success, maintaining the control of your life. Instead of letting life happen to you, you take control of your life. So don't give up your power. And also don't feel sorry for yourself. Mentally strong people don't feel sorry for themselves. They're not the victims. They're the ones that are driving their life. Life is not happening to them. Mentally strong people also do not let fear stop them. Mentally strong people realize that that your success is on the other side of fear. And so they don't let fear stop them because they know that that's going to stop them from having the success that they want in their life. Also, mentally strong people do not resent others' success. How many times have you found yourself kind of getting jealous of someone else's success or jealous of someone else doing something? That is such a scarcity mindset. In order to have a true abundant mindset, you have to be able and willing to not fear or resent other people's success. So mentally strong people do not resent other people's success. Also, mentally strong people do not waste energy on stuff they cannot control. If you are focused on things in your environment or in other people's actions that you cannot control, you are not developing mental toughness. You've got to develop mental toughness by focusing on things that you can control. Also, mentally strong people do not feel entitled. And this is a big one because there's so many people out there that feel entitled. I've done so much and I've been through so much. Listen, nobody's there to do anything for you. It's up to you. If it's going to be, it's up to me, right? So you got to realize that to be mentally tough, you've got to stop feeling entitled. Also, mentally tough people do not worry about pleasing others. Now, Gary Vee talks about this a lot where, a lot of people seek validation from others. Both they get bothered by the negative and they seek the positive. Don't let the negative stuff bother you, but also don't seek the approval of others because that's the gateway to also worrying about what they say about you. So don't seek to or worry about pleasing other people. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Also, in addition to that, don't worry about giving up ever. Don't give up ever. Mentally strong people do not give up. They're relentless. They continue regardless of what's happening. If you want to be mentally tough, just don't give up. Just don't give up. Also, mentally tough people don't keep making the same mistakes. Mentally tough people don't keep making the same mistakes because at the end of the day, they stop, they learn from their mistakes, and they overcome those mistakes, and they don't make those same mistakes again. Also, mentally tough people don't expect immediate results. If you're expecting immediate results, then that means you don't have the patience. Then that means you're not trying to learn from your mistakes, and you're gonna give yourself a hard time because you're too busy looking at the scoreboard. You're not busy acting and performing in the moment, right? Also, mentally tough people don't dwell on the past. Mentally tough people don't dwell on the past. You got to stop thinking about the past and start getting towards the future. I've got my Siri constantly going off here. Better turn off Alexa and Siri in the background. And then also, mentally tough people don't fear alone time. See, if you want to develop mental toughness, sit alone with your thoughts. Find out what you're thinking about. Find out where you're going. Find out what is constantly on your mind. And if you do that, if you want to build mental toughness, then you can't fear being alone. So this is a list of kind of things that you don't do if you're mentally tough, things that mentally tough people don't do. They don't give up their power. They don't feel sorry for themselves. They don't let fear stop them. They don't resent others' success. They don't waste energy and time on things that they can't control. They don't feel entitled. They don't worry about pleasing other people. They also don't ever give up. They don't make the same mistakes, or at least keep making the same mistakes. They don't dwell on the past. They don't look for immediate results, and they don't fear time alone. That's some things that you shouldn't do. But let's talk about what mentally strong people do. What mentally strong people do, obviously, they create rituals. Obviously, they follow things like the prosperity pillars that we talk about. But most importantly, they take control of their life. So I've been thinking a lot about what are a couple things, that I struggle with, or that most people struggle with. What are 3 real things you can put into practice this week? And here's what I think they are. Number 1, if you want to take responsibility for your life, you will focus on your health and fitness. You're going to focus on your health and fitness because if you listen to anybody that's successful out there, they will tell you that to be mentally strong, you've got to be physically strong. There's a huge connection between body and mind. And the connection between body and mind is huge because, look, let's face it, every morning people wake up and sometimes their mind has been going rampant and it's been going all kinds of different directions. You might struggle with depression, anxiety, stress in the mornings. The most important thing you can do is not try to get your mind in order, but start moving. Start working on driving forward. Start working on moving your body. Get up, go for a walk, go to the gym, move around. Because when you start moving, that motion creates emotion, which will create a physiological and a mental change in your body. So focusing on your fitness. The other thing is to be mentally strong, you got to feed this tool, which is your mind. Your mind, your brain is an actual tool that if you don't sharpen that saw, if you don't build that tool, you're going to have problems. And so if you're feeding it tons of caffeine and you're not getting nutrition and vitamins, nutrients, whatever it is, your brain can't operate to help you. It's going to work against you. So focus on your health and fitness. I promise you, it'll make a difference for you in your life. And it'll help you to take responsibility by taking responsibility for your health and fitness. The next thing is you have to take responsibility for your attitude. Your attitude is the difference maker in your life. You got to have an attitude of gratitude, an attitude of abundance, an attitude of positivity. Are you constantly searching for solutions, or are you focused on the problem? Are you trying to be positive and surround yourself with positive people, or do you like to kind of jump on the bandwagon and be negative? Those are the things that I encourage you to try to focus on if you want to take responsibility for your life, which is what we're covering this week in the Daily Mastermind podcast. You've got to be able to be responsible for your attitude. And the third thing, besides health and fitness and your attitude, the third thing is I want you to take responsibility by being forgiving. See, I've learned this lesson the hard way, and I think some of you may still be learning this lesson, but forgiving is not something that you do. It's something that you are. It's not about forgiving someone or forgiving yourself. It's about being forgiving. If you can be forgiving, it's a state of being, then you are going to create mental toughness. And that's a hard thing to do, but it's something you can do and be. And so by focusing on, being more forgiving, I think it's going to empower you. It's going to create mental toughness in your life. So those are the 3 habits that I believe mentally strong people focus on and do. There's many other ones, but these are 3 core ones. I think if you'll focus on your health and fitness, if you'll focus on your attitude, and if you'll focus on being more forgiving, I believe you will be taking responsibility in your life. That's prosperity pillar number 2. I know you have greatness inside of you. I know that there's a better version of yourself just on the other side of where you're at today. And it's never, I always say this, and I want you to really listen to it. It's never too late to start living the life that you were meant to live. You were destined for greatness. You have many things that you can do. And if you will just live it and do it and act on it, you'll have so much more in your life. That's my message for today. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope there's some inspiration and motivation there for you. And I hope you share that message with other people. Download the Daily Mastermind podcast. Download the mobile app. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in there that can help you. It's all free. It's all content and resources for you. It's on Google, Android Marketplace. And the podcast is pretty much everywhere you can watch it. So thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for those of you I see on Facebook Live.